So Kojima there announced a bunch of games there. Well, not a bunch, just two really, but there's something that people are kind of excited for. One that we've already pretty much two we've already seen before, but just now it's a little bit more of an announcement. We got a full trailer for OD there. So we actually got a little bit more of that. And then this new action espionage game, which was announced a year ago, we actually did cover that when it got first announced there. This is no real trailer or anything. It's just kind of just a poster that we see and that, hey, we're still working on it. Don't worry, people. We're still working on it. It's probably going to possible date come out in 2029, 2030, maybe there. Kojima seems like he's pretty good at meeting the deadlines. He's not like Kanye West. He doesn't just announce a deadline and then, postpone it 8
Yeah.
times.
I think Kojima's generally, as far as my memory serves me, I think he just doesn't announce a release until he's ready. And you might be getting trailers for years that have no date attached to them, but he doesn't lie to you, and he doesn't tell you it's coming sooner than it is. So
Yeah. So the trailers for this OD, which got announced, I think, like 2023. It seems like that game got announced a while back there.
yeah, it's been a good few years. And when they announced it before, this was at I think the Game Awards or Summer Games Fest, one of those two, and Hideo Kojima came out on stage out of a door that was like very clearly referencing the door at the beginning of the hallway in PT, which was his canceled Silent Hill games, right, from 2014. So
Hmm.
even announcing this game, there's a very clear intention that yes, this might not be exactly the same game that he would have made under the Silent Hill, IP back then, but there is a clear, I think, signal that he's using the ideas that he had for that game in this
Hmm.
game.
Hmm. Okay. So let's check this out. OD there. Knock teaser trailer, and we don't know what OD stands for yet.
OD is stands for overdose.
Okay, so it is called. It's an
Yep.
overdose. Okay, so he is
And then
calling it.
knock is this trailer specifically is for this sequence, which is very much directed by Hideo Kojima. This is Hideo Kojima's all him, this part of the game. But in the future, we will see other segments with other subtitles, one being directed by Jordan Peele and so on and so on. We know there's going to be a bunch of horror directors from like the film industry working with this.
All right, let's take a look. It sees everything is kind of redacted. Words are redacted here.
Yeah. It reminds me of like the documents in Control a little bit, but I bet there's somebody will have figured out what those things actually say at some point.
You got like, what is this? Baby heads or something, like doll heads?
Yeah, there's definitely some weird doll imagery going on, or I mean, that one of these candles is coming out of a baby's like stomach. Looks like
Uh
I think it's the one she's about to light, actually.
oh, it's about the light. And then you have this picture of this eye that's right here.
That also specifically feels like a bit of a PT reference because there's a part in PT where all the photos on the wall in the hallway all just turn into images of eyes for, well, I guess I couldn't tell you exactly what reason, but
Because it's weird, man. It's weird. That's why. Freaky. That one.
Just holding on to that match too long.
Yeah. That's almost like the baby. Maybe it's a voodoo doll. Maybe she burned the baby by lighting the candle, maybe.
Could be. Definitely could be. I like the detail of having to do it 2 times to get it to light. It's just a small thing, but and that's creating like a shadow too from that carousel on the wall. That's interesting. I actually didn't notice that before.
I don't know exactly what and then what she's doing, maybe performing some ritual or something, or
Could be ritual, maybe to stave off whatever presence she's clearly terrified of, or perhaps it involves attracting something. I don't know.
yeah. And this actor, I know this.
Sophia Lillis, who played Beverly in the 2017 It film.
Yes. She was in that there. And then also Hunter Schafer is listed as another lead in this as well. He
Yep.
scanned her as well. She's part of the
And
system.
Udo Kier too.
Okay, who is that?
Uh, he was in Blade. If you remember, Udo Kier was that might be the last time I remember him being in something good, because after that I feel like he was in a bunch of Uwe Boll movies, and that's kind of all I know him for.
I know this dude. Oh yeah, he was the main kind of head vampire in that movie. Okay,
Yeah,
he kind of looks like a cross between Terrence Stamp and Malcolm McDowell a little bit.
Yeah. That's exactly right. And I don't know if those 3 are just actors that are in Knock, which is the directed by Hideo Kojima part, or perhaps they're I don't know if just Sophia Lillis is, and then the other 2 maybe they're in the part Jordan Peele's directing, or maybe they're all in separate parts from each other. That is still a little unclear, because it definitely feels like this is meant to be in some sort of an anthology for sure.
Very good facial animation here as well.
Oh, it's incredible. Watching the tears like swell in the eye I feel like that is some of the most advanced looking realism I think I've ever seen in a game.
And you see something's coming over her here. It's like this.
Something, but it is impossible really to make out what it is, other than that it's big.
Yeah, like whatever's coming in the room is like corrupting her skin, and then it's like
the closer
poisoning.
it gets, it's like bruising just forming on her skin.
And the creature is talking. I don't exactly know what it's saying there.
Yeah, I've listened really close to like headphones at full volume, and I can't make any words out.
Damn. She didn't light it fast enough.
The knock sound effect is also something that was used in PT as well. It seems like just strange knocking is something that personally scares Hideo Kojima, so he's like, I'm gonna put that in there every time.
For all players and screamers. And then this is a cool image too. Like these hands are humongous and
Yeah.
Mm.
Huge. I mean, that whatever that thing is, it's got to be at least like 8-9 feet tall.
Humongous. Yeah. Well, that's what Kojima does. He just drops a trailer there, makes you interested, like what the hell's going on, and just leaves.
Yeah, he's good at that. I mean, the first Death Stranding was a complete mystery pretty much until the day it came out, and even then I feel like for a lot of people it still wasn't making sense. But so he definitely does not give the game away, I'll say that. He's pretty reserved with his marketing.
So yeah, and then the information we know about this game here, this is from Games Radar here. It says here, let me just see where to start here. Let's see. OD, an upcoming horror game that's being made in partnership with Xbox Game Studios. We know that Hideo Kojima will serve as writer, director, and producer of the new creative endeavor as he explores what it means to overdose on fear. Um, Get Out and Us director Jordan Peele also contributed as a writer on the project, and more big names are said to be attached. And you say we don't really know what the other big names are yet, as far as
Yeah,
Hollywood.
I haven't heard anything. But when they talked about this game a couple years ago on stage, he did make it clear that Jordan Peele was part of like one particular like segment of this experience, and that there was more people that he wouldn't talk about yet. But yeah, so far I don't think we've heard any other names. But I'm excited to see who else might be involved because it seems like for all the years of Kojima being kind of a you know fanboy to Hollywood and all these actors he wants to get him in his games. It seems like I think especially in the last 5 years, I feel like I've seen a certain respect from Hollywood actors given towards him that I maybe don't feel like I used to see. And I mean, people like George Miller, Guillermo del Toro are showing up in his games. uh, and it seems like a lot of people want to work with him. Like a lot of people in Hollywood just seem like ready to sign up to be in one of his projects.
Yeah. Another article mentions, I mean, some guesses because he's hung out with some other directors before and that have been in his game. Nicholas Winding Refn,
Mhm.
who he's been in Death Stranding before. So it's George Miller, Guillermo del Toro. That's some speculation there with that. As far as the other people that could be attached. But to continue, says, and more big names are said to be attached to the game that haven't been revealed just yet. OD remains something of a mystery with a second teaser dropping that only piques our curiosity there all the more. But we know that Kojima is leveraging Xbox cloud gaming technology to take on the challenge of creating a very unique, immersive, and totally new style of game that he has tapped actors Sophia Lillis and Hunter Schafer and Udo Kier to star in. So you have that. Um, yeah. So, of course, as always, I mean, looking forward to this. I know people, they maybe still are eager for that PT that they never got there from Kojima. There was that demo, like I said, that got downloaded. We talked about that before there. I wonder how much that goes for on eBay. I wonder.
I've seen people sell their PS4s with it for at least $800.
Wow, $800. Jesus. Okay. So yeah, but you said you also have to sell your whole account with it and all that other stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, because if you sell your system when it's on there, but you like delete your account, it's also gonna lock access to it. So I mean, to make that money off of a sale, you really have to kind of be willing to say goodbye to that account too.
Yeah. How much do you think someone could give you to part ways with your account?
Oh man, it would have to be a lot because I'd rather just be able to preserve being able to go back and experience this even though it's not a full game. To me, it's more important to be able to have the art there and be able to go and experience it again.
Yeah. So this was it. It was 19 minutes long. This thing.
Well, I think that's a bit faster even. I think than that might be as doing everything like right and knowing what to do right away because that game you could spend a few hours trying to figure out its puzzles.
Oh, really? Okay. Nice. So it's a pretty good one. Okay. So it's not just a pretty quick demo. Like,
If you know exactly what to do and you've played it before, then it probably goes pretty fast. But that first time downloading it, I mean, it took probably a good 6-7 hours of it being out while everybody was trying to figure out its puzzles online together, which was a really satisfying and fun time. I remember, it was Gamescom, so it's August of 2014. They announced this and released it that day, and I was sitting in there all day, like looking at stuff online, talking to people, and trying to figure out what exactly was going on. And yeah, so that was like a lengthy experience. Even though, yeah, maybe there is only 20 minutes of like if you're always moving forward stuff there to see, but the sitting in the experience for hours on end, I think, is part of what made it as special as it was.
mm, okay. And do you think this is gonna be a connection to PT, or you think this is like it's it's going to be what we expected from PT and kind of be its own thing, and he's kind of done that? I mean, what's kind of your speculation there?
Well, I definitely think it's going to be its own thing. I don't think it's going to be like this is what PT would have been, but I think in like a loose kind of inspired by or kind of taking concepts that he had, because keep in mind PT was a demo for a game that didn't really get all that far into being made, so he just had some concepts and some ideas written down that he wanted to do, but he never got to flesh those out into full game systems. And I think if you could look at any game and understand this, but games change a lot through their production. So it's hard to say how much of it is intactly what we would have seen there, but there's no doubt in my mind that he's reusing a lot of his concepts and ideas. At the time, he even talked about how you would have to sign a waiver at the beginning of this game because you were basically allowing it to text you and email you when you weren't even playing on your game console, like to just
Hmm.
immerse you and like try and freak you out even more. I wouldn't be surprised if something like that comes up here.
Mm, okay. Um, and then I don't think no release date for this yet. It's just kind of,
No, I wouldn't be
no.
surprised if this is also not all out at once, sort of a thing. Like Knock comes out, and then they're like, "All right, in a few months, we're putting out, subtitle directed by Jordan Peele." And so I wouldn't be surprised if it's got a bit of a different release style, something more episodic.
Mm, okay. And the other game that was announced there from Kojima was a game called Fiznet. Fiznet. Don't know exactly how to say it as of yet.
They
Uh,
haven't said it yet, so we can't be sure.
but yeah, this is from Hideo Kojima there. This is a action espionage game there. This also got announced a year ago that he announced this. We talked about it before as well. Just said, yeah, he's gonna embark on that journey again, doing more action espionage things in the vein of something like Metal Gear Solid. He revolutionized the action espionage genre with that. And let's see if he can do it again with this new one. And some people are speculating that the person in the photo here that you see, because we don't have any trailer or anything like that, it's just this poster, is maybe Robert Pattinson,
I
maybe.
think it is.
So a lot of people expecting that one there. Some people, oh, this guy guessed Eddie Redmayne. Could
Hmm.
be Eddie. So that's what this
That
guy
would be
guessed.
that. They would be a left turn for sure. I would be surprised by that.
Eddie Redmayne there, and the tagline is "Here comes the feeling." Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea what that means.
Here co
Don't
that
even
sounds
have a
like
guess.
a '80s movie action title. Here
It
comes the
does.
feeling, like tagline. Okay.
Something like, honestly, something like Snake Plissken would say in Escape from New York, maybe.
Yeah. Okay.
Which, obviously he took inspiration for in Metal Gear in the first place.
Another person I see here also guessed Eddie Redmayne.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That didn't even cross my mind, but who knows? It could be anything with Kojima.
Yeah. Maybe it's just the British phenotype. Maybe that's what it is. Why all these British guys kind of look alike.
Could be.
Um. Yeah. So that's what's got announcement there. But yeah, we'll see. And this game is way down the line of what we're gonna get from this. I think you said probably 2029, 2030, somewhere around
Ye
there.
Yeah, he said 5, 6 years away, when he first announced it last year, so that sounds about right, and, I mean, if he thinks it's gonna take that long, like we
Mm.
said before, he's usually pretty good at not delaying things, he just waits to announce a date until he's sure it's ready, so yeah, I'm thinking 2029, 2030. I think it'll be a while. And OD, I mean, who knows that Overdose doesn't have a release date yet either. So, I mean, that could be another 2 years and then full production might not kick in on Fizzent until Overdose is actually released. So, it's hard to say for sure, but I think it'll be a while.
Um,
This could easily be like like an early PlayStation 6 game.
It says here the collaboration announced between Herman Hulst, the head of PlayStation Studios, with Kojima, going on to note that this will be a brand new IP and that it will be the culmination of his work in the industry thus far, blending cutting edge technology and talent from around the world to create it. In fact, Kojima said it will transcend the barrier between films and video games, and later teased you could be mistaken for watching a movie while playing it. It's intriguing stuff, but will likely but will likely be in for sure a wait for it to arrive. Uh, with the director stating it's still another 5 or 6 years away.
Yep.
Um, yeah, so you have that there.
Well,
Um,
he as over the top as he always is when he talks in these interviews. He does, I think, tend to deliver on these things. Just, I mean, Death Stranding, he said, "I want to create a new genre," and he's just talking about ropes and sticks, and everybody was like, I don't get what this guy's going on about." But then when you actually play the game, it's like, oh, this is kind of a whole new genre. So I think he's probably going to deliver on something that does break those barriers, like he's talking about.
mm, yeah. But it's up my alley, action, espionage type stuff. So I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, it says platform PlayStation 5, but that should probably won't probably PlayStation 7. I don't know. Maybe it'll be already a 7 out by
Uh,
then.
yeah, I think I mean, it could be one of those cross-gen games where maybe it's like the PS6 is out but they're still kind of releasing games on the 5, but like there's like a better version on the 6. I think that's probably what we'll see.
Yeah. All right. So that was Kojima. That was the stuff announced there. Moving on here. State of play. Good old state of play there. They did their show in there. Sony did. Some big trailers got announced there. You some stuff you're interested to talk about. Deus Ex Remastered. Of course, we're gonna talk about the Wolverine trailer there. We got some a little bit more footage from Halloween. That was also there. Got a little bit more of that. So it basically seems like it is just basically Dead by Daylight. It seems like okay. So it's just basically
Yeah, well, this is even someone could correct me in the comics if I'm wrong about this, but I believe that Friday the 13th game, I want to say that came out before Dead by Daylight did.
okay.
And this is the same studio that did that Friday the 13th game. And that Friday the 13th game ended up getting wrapped up, and there was a whole lawsuit over the rights to Friday the 13th, and there was this huge mess. And so that game basically was forced to stop development. There was even going to be Jason X content added to that never got made because of
Oh,
all that, which I think is a shame because I think that's the best Friday the 13th movie easily, right? Like,
yeah. I would have loved to
come on.
play the sleeping bag scene in Jason X.
Right.
I don't know.
Exactly. Give me a playable version of that. So this studio is now doing this Halloween game. Uh, it's it definitely feels like it's the same type of thing as Dead by Daylight or the Friday the 13th game, which it maybe is closer to that one, just being the same studio. And this feels like, well, they had that kind of forcefully shut down on them, and that game was actually decently successful, but the legal issues just prevented anything else from happening. So this seems like their pivot to what can we do instead of that as like this kind of single series. But as a studio, that's just what they do. They make these sorts of multiplayer games. And so yeah, I mean, I think that's just kind of going to be another one of those, and it might even be fun for like a little while, but it's just kind of thing that I would not stick to long term. I might give it a try, play a few hours, but I just don't think it would really keep my attention.
So Dead by Daylight came out in June 14th, 2016.
2016.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Friday 13th came out in May 26th, 2027. I mean 2017.
Okay, so like just a little bit after. Okay.
Yeah. I guess since we talked about it anyway, I guess I might as well just play it as trailer
Yeah.
here anyway. So Halloween, new game coming out there. Um, and I'm gonna go ahead and cue up the trailer for this one there. So this is gameplay and release date reveal with this one. All right. Can you actually hear the trailer when I play it or no? Or no?
The audio on the last one I could not hear, but we'll see. I guess maybe.
Okay. Maybe, let me know if you can't hear this one.
Yep. Yes, I can.
Rarely do teams get the incredible opportunity of exploring and creating a game around iconic horror legends like Michael Myers. In Halloween, players get to relive that fateful night in 1978 and step back into the town of Haddonfield, Illinois. I'm Miles Dompierre from Ilphonic, and today I'm thrilled to present an extended look at gameplay for Halloween. With the help of Unreal Engine 5, we've been able to reconstruct the quiet town of Haddonfield in stunning detail. Remaining authentic to the 70s era aesthetics was essential to how we crafted our play spaces. When players navigate these environments, they'll be surrounded by decor that delightfully preserves a special moment in time. Throughout these locations, randomized townsfolk NPCs are living their lives, completely unaware of the danger lurking right outside their windows. These NPCs serve as the game's
Sneaking up,
primary
killing somebody,
objectives.
watching all the
Stepping behind the
Jeffersons there.
back of this infamous killer, Michael's goal is to find, stalk, and kill the residents of Haddonfield before Halloween night ends. Once you've honed in and stalked a target, it's time to choose the perfect moment to strike. Michael comes equipped with an array of unpredictable endowments, but the most powerful is Shape Jump. When in Shape Jump, Michael is invisible to the naked eye.
It kind of looks like when you in like Shadow of Mordor or something like that, when you did that kind of
yeah, you're in like the kind of spirit realm of the ring takes you to. Well, and the Friday the 13th game had a similar mechanic where you could use for Jason to like teleport across the map. It seems like almost the same thing.
Interpretation of Michael's inexplicable tendency to suddenly appear in completely unexpected places and catch victims off guard. Players can also choose from a broad range of compelling civilian hero characters.
Oh, they're very emotive, aren't they? Really emotive, huh?
The word compelling is maybe bold there, but
yeah.
From a broad range of compelling civilian hero characters that have witnessed the wrath of Michael and need to warn their neighbors before it's
that dude from what's
the
that
Warriors?
movie? Warriors guy. Yeah, got the guy from Warriors over here.
Wait. Finding an active phone will allow you to call the police and attempt to convince them to send in help. Just remember, you may be able to knock him down, but you can't kill the boogeyman. We hope you've enjoyed this extended look at gameplay for Halloween. We've only scratched the surface of what's shaping up to be a truly special and murderous sandbox horror experience. And we can't wait for you all to join us in Haddonfield when Halloween launches on September 8th, 2026.
Okay, wow, that's a little kind of away. 2026.
I guess they wanted to come out, right before Halloween season, but
okay. Yeah, so got a little bit more gameplay. His release date.
Compelling NPC characters.
Yeah, you can't tell how compelling they are just by standing there looking at you. Man. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't seem like my type of game. I mean, like you said, it doesn't seem like my type of thing. They're kind of like a Dead by Daylight type thing where you just kind of go around doing it. I mean, it might be fun to play around for a little bit, just killing people as Michael Myers. That might be a little fun to do. But I don't think I'd go online and do any of that stuff, anything with it. But yeah, what are your thoughts there?
Oh, all the same thoughts, man. It's just not my type of game. I mean, I'm never a big multiplayer guy. I mean, maybe in occasional rare circumstances, something might get my attention, but and I like Halloween too. It's not like I don't like the IP, but I guess if you're gonna give me a horror game, I want like a single player like narrative, and I want to be able to have some ability to fight back. I'm also not like the biggest fan of the pure kind of run and hide type of horror games either. Not that there aren't any good ones, but stuff like Dead by Daylight where it's really just about getting away. Not really my thing.
Yeah, I'm not too big of a fan of that. All right, some other stuff that got announced at State of Play there. Let me know. I know you already put some trailers in there. We'll go them. Battlefield 6. Do you
could not care less.
Okay. Chrono Script, you sent me a trailer for that one.
I think this was like kind of a surprising standout actually for the whole showcase. It really amazing art style, just kind of a different. It's almost an Alan Wake-esque idea of someone being trapped in their manuscript or trapped in like a piece of fiction they've created, but it's through like a 2D action platformer. Sort of like maybe I can't tell if it's a Metroidvania or if it's just an action platformer, but there's cool stuff with like perspective switching or like you're walking around the manuscript and then jumping from like the page of the book onto the table, and then like the graphics are going from 2D to 3D, and then I think parts of the game are even like in first person around the study that the manuscript is in. It's got a lot of, I think, really great visual style. This I think honestly, obviously Wolverine was like your big show-ending standout. Everyone expected to see that. This was like the big kind of steal the show surprise game.
Okay. Then you got Code Vein 2. You got that one. You got Crimson Desert.
Crimson Desert's one I've heard a lot about, and maybe it'll be interesting, but it's also like this big online, I think, MMORPG type thing, which is also just not like a genre I'm super into.
Dynasty Warriors 3 Complete Edition Remastered. We got a trailer for a controller. Got that, the God of War 20th anniversary one. Okay. Pre-orders open October 3rd, so it's not sold out yet there. So
Oh,
you can still grab one. You can still grab a
that's
controller.
okay. That's okay.
I mean, it looks like
need
it's I mean, it looks like the controller, you can just do this shit at yourself. You can get a white controller and just paint a little bit of red on it. Look like,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's, it don't look like-
I haven't checked the price, but it's going to be more expensive than a normal controller. If it was the same price as a normal controller, then it'd be like, okay, well, maybe do you need one more controller? All right, sure, get the cool looking one. But they always charge extra for this stuff, so it just doesn't seem worth it.
Yeah. I mean, if people want to take a look at it, I mean, it doesn't seem all that creative, really. It's just like, okay, it's just like a little red on it. And like, that's it.
Yeah. There's nothing special about it.
Okay, but happy the 20th year anniversary to God of War, one of my favorite video game franchises of all time. Happy 20th year anniversary to that.
We should do a retro review for the first game or something soon.
Yeah, did we do a retro review for God of War or no?
We talked about it when we did our like top 10 like PlayStation exclusive games.
Oh yeah.
But I don't think we did like a standalone thing talking about it.
Oh.
I think we talked more about God of War 2 than the first one.
And I think the only God of War game we reviewed here, I think you reviewed Ragnarok, right? You came on for Ragnarok. Yeah, you came on for Ragnarok. Yeah. Then there was Gran Turismo 7. There's that. Have you ever wanted to be a NASCAR driver? I mean, that dude, he played Gran Turismo and he became a NASCAR.
That's true. That's true. And I didn't even see that movie.
It was all right. It was pretty good.
Right. Probably one of the better video game movie adaptations so far, just because the track record's not been great. But
yeah, it was a better one. Yeah.
Racing games aren't really my thing. I mean, if I'm gonna play a racing game, it's gonna be like a Mario Kart, right? Like a cartoony kart racer type thing. But,
yeah, where you throw plants at people and
I guess the like super realistic like simulator driving, I've never had a ton of fun with. I will say Burnout games I thought were pretty fun because those were more about crashing than it was about driving, and just how big of a crash you could make happen. So
okay. Then you got last what's this called? Last Epoch.
So it kind of just looks like another generic anime and art style RPG thing. Nothing really noteworthy in my mind.
Let It Die Inferno. There. And then of course the Wolverine game. Got a flight simulator. Noah 3. Got Noah 3 here. A little bit more of that. I'll go ahead. I'll play the trailer for Noah 3, and then we'll do a Chrono Script there. And then seems like after that, one of the other interesting thing was Wolverine, so we'll do that. We'll close.
Yeah, it wasn't a lot of stuff, I'll say for sure. And the Xbox show, we're not even talking about anything from the Xbox showcase. That was like a total bust.
Yeah. All right, let's play this trailer. Noah 3. Check it out.
Who will be Shogun?
Kurimatsu, why? You'll never understand what it means.
I'm a little fun, huh?
I am Himiko. On my honor as queen, I shall defeat Kiriko.
My timeless friend, I trust you. Nothing will stop me from becoming Shogun.
So long as this dark radiance exists, my fights will continue.
To rule, one must prove their might.
The light of hope lies unseen at the end of time. Go now!
You wish to become Shogun that badly?
I'd watch a TV show of this. It's pretty kind of like almost like an action TV show or something like that.
Yeah, that wuxia almost sort of thing.
Maybe you don't want it enough. What makes a Shogun anyway?
How you liking we're getting a little bit more gameplay here, the action here?
I mean, it looks cool, like as presented in the trailer for sure. I've tried playing the other games in the series, and they're very much Souls-like style games. They're not just like kind of normal action games. It's very much the kind of more pronounced difficulty, and just kind of like the structure and systems that make up a Souls game. I found the ones I tried to be just kind of a little clunky in the way they were put together, but maybe this third one will be the one that nails the formula down.
Okay. I like that shot. That's a good shot right there.
Oh, the big sky and red sky in the mountain.
Yeah, let me see. That's pretty cool. Yeah.
That is cool. There are some very cool visuals here.
Strength and superiority are what make us shoguns, and I have both. Strength alone is not enough to end this war.
Okay. February 6th, 2026. Okay. It looks exciting. Looks cool. I like, the action in here, the different combat that shows. I see that one where he was kind of using like a hand-to-hand combat, it seemed like, with the one creature he was fighting. That seemed pretty cool. Let me show it here. Go. Yeah, like right there. Okay. Like he's using like those, I don't know what you call those weapons.
Yeah, I'm not sure the name either, but it
Kinda
does.
like
It's God, I can't remember what they're called, but I do know it somewhere in the back of my somewhere in the back of my head.
They kind of look like batons.
Tonfa.
Tonfas. Okay.
Yeah, Tonfas.
There you go. But what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's some cool visuals here. I mean, it looks like it could be an exciting game. Like I said, I've tried the others in the series though, and they're a little clunky, and they're also Souls-like games, and so they're very difficult. And the clunkiness makes them harder even on top of that. So we'll see. I mean, I'd be willing to give it a try, but probably not like any sort of day one. Let me for sure pick this up sort of game.
Okay. I would depends on what else comes out around that time, how good the reviews are. I'd
And
probably
you haven't played through a Souls game before, right?
no.
Okay, so that there's also like this whole set of rules and gameplay systems to learn along with it. So I mean, I'd be interested to see if you did how that. I'm very curious what you would think of that sort of gameplay style.
Yeah. Some other. Oh, I forgot to mention this. Yeah. The Seven Deadly Sins Origin.
Oh, sure.
Let's not get too excited about that. Zero Paradise. For Dead Spies.
A lot of just kind of
anime.
It's a lot of very basic anime aesthetic stuff. And I know Seven Deadly Sins is like a specific series that has a fan base. I've never gotten into it personally. It's not one I've ever really been interested in, but
yeah, okay, yeah. Zero Parades for Dead Spies there.
They had a whole commercial about some speakers that was in there too.
Oh yeah, PlayStation Plus wireless speakers there. Okay, sure. I don't really buy a lot of the PlayStation Plus accessory stuff like that.
I got the headset, but I mean that's about it.
I was like, okay, Elevate. Yeah, that's what they're called. Okay, a new way to experience
sound
PlayStation. Yeah.
They always put the ridiculous taglines on there, and then it's never actually as impressive as they want to make it
sound. Let's see. Oh, this game. Oh, sorry, you sent me the trailer for this, right? The game with the guy from the Mike Flanagan shows, right? Saros.
Oh yes. This so this was actually the first trailer they showed at the whole thing. Kind of opened up the show.
Okay, let me see what's got going on here. I do like that actor.
And this is the next game from Housemarque, which is actually their 30th anniversary right now. But they are the studio that did Returnal a couple years ago on the PlayStation 5, which I thought was a masterpiece of the game.
Yeah, I heard that game was hard as hell.
It was difficult, but I that is genuinely like a 10 out of 10 for this generation of games.
Yeah. Is that how you say Saros or?
I think Saros is right. Yeah.
Every time the sun dies, time stretches and tears.
Scan for Sultari signals.
Signal corrupted.
Yeah.
Approximating.
I wonder how that feels. If you're a big gamer to actually be in a video game and the lead of a video game, I wonder how that feels for you.
I mean, I think it would feel pretty cool.
Better stay
I
out
mean,
of my way.
I saw a little interview clip with him, and he sounded pretty excited.
Creative director at Housemarque. Today we are thrilled to show off this first look of gameplay for Saros running on PS5. Saros builds on Returnal's award-winning action and tells the emotional and haunting story of Arjun Devraz's drive for answers on the shape-shifting planet of Carcosa.
There's a lot of ways in which it looks like a sequel to Returnal,
Yeah.
even though it's not exactly. Mechanically, gameplay-wise, it feels like it is.
Yeah, I can tell by the combat. Yeah, you can definitely tell.
Sultari shield. By holding R1, you can defend yourself and absorb projectiles.
The big question is, will this game be a little easier and try and to attempt to be a little, more just kind of friendly
Accessible?
to a bigger, accessible to a bigger audience, or will they kind of just keep that? Because I mean, part of what made Returnal as good as it was how brutal the difficulty could be, honestly. So
I don't know. Maybe people complained too much and they were like, okay, let's lower the difficulty. Because what was the game recently they did that with? They changed it. Was it Black Myth Wukong or was it? Were people complaining how hard it was?
I mean, I feel like that happens often.
Or
And
was
then,
it
like there's a lot of?
Mark it on the map.
I think Doom was too easy, and then they actually made it slightly harder because people were saying it was too easy. But so that one was the opposite. But I'm honestly not sure. It happens, I think, a lot though, where people say that, and then little patches get put out and kind of tweak the game's difficulty. I think that happens across the industry, just kind of all the time.
Yeah, because what was because I think you were saying that with Black Myth Wukong there was like a villain that people were complaining about they couldn't beat, and then they had to patch it, and then but you said you beat it without the patch. Was that that game?
I think it was, and now I can't remember what boss it was, but I do think it was Black Myth Wukong.
Yeah. But I mean, if you like Returnal, I mean, this seems like more of the same here.
Yeah. I think it's a sequel to Returnal in every way except for the setting and the story. Like as a gameplay structure, as a set of systems, I think it's totally a sequel to that game. I adored that game. I absolutely loved it. I thought it was fantastic. So I'm super excited for this. But it could be, like Returnal was, a little hard for some players.
Yeah. Reflex has got to be off the charts. Yeah, you got to be quick with it, man.
You do. You can go check out my streams on my channel on YouTube, especially if you go to that very last one. I mean, the hand-eye coordination you have to get through some of those sequences is pretty extreme. And incredible art design on the boss here. Like, I love the visuals of this.
The skulls there. Okay.
It almost reminds me a little bit of the Angel of Death in Hellboy 2.
Oh, I can see that. And I'll show that for reference there. Oh, this is a nice boss fight. Okay.
And the kind of variety of environments you're seeing in the trailer too also feels a lot more varied than Returnal did. And Returnal had some great environment design, but this just seems like more and more different stuff.
Oh, that's really cool too. This one's really nice. Yeah, that right there is really nice. Okay.
Yeah, it looks awesome. This is totally going to be like a day one for me.
How far off are we from getting it here?
It actually does show a date at the end of the trailer, and it's not very far.
Okay, March 20th, 2026. Okay, that is not very far. That's gonna sneak up on you pretty fast. Okay. I mean, if it is as hard, I mean, be prepared for that. And seems like you say, you're gonna have some quick reflexes. A lot's gonna be coming at you. See all those multiple projectiles just surrounding you, everything like that. Some of these boss fights look pretty fucking wild and crazy.
It's not too dissimilar from the experience of Cuphead, where it's like you got to find these very small spaces where you're not going to get hit by something and kind of maneuver your way between them.
Yeah, so March 20th. Be ready, be prepared, people. Get ready there. What is this? Sonic Cross World? So they're adding a new character or something.
They're doing something with Mega Man, or their Mega Man's a racer in the game.
Okay.
I of course I watch all these game shows, so I have seen all the various trailers for this, but they do have like the Minecraft guy, Pac-Man, now Mega Man. So they're doing a bunch of crossover stuff with, which I will say, as I have been down on this game because it's Sonic, but I will say I've been saying for a long time, Nintendo with Mario Kart should just drop the pretense and just start adding like the entire roster of Smash Bros into Mario Kart. Like, I don't know why you wouldn't, at least the ones that you already own. I will say this is doing a little bit more of that and putting in these other IP characters. So that's one thing I could say positively for it.
Yeah, I think it's getting pretty good reviews. This game is. The reception seems pretty good right now.
Yeah.
Metacritic 82 out of 100. OpenCritic is 97% recommended. So,
jeez. I mean, I guess maybe it is a really good kart racer. I've got trouble with Sonic, so I just don't think it's going to be for me.
Let's check out ChronoScript, then Deus Ex, and then we'll do good old Logan there. So ChronoScript, The Endless End there. This was showed at the State of Play. Let's take a look at this trailer. Interesting. Bound to an unfinished draft, a prisoner of an endless tale. 2D side-scrolling game. Okay.
Well, partially, but it seems like it's going to be multiple gameplay styles too.
Okay. So you're traveling from book to book,
and then there you're hopping off the page into a 3D environment entirely to then get to like a different page. So there's going to be some kind of weird perspective changing elements of this.
You're right. The designs are really good. Man, I wanted to still watch that trailer. I was like, damn, it's over already. Wow.
Yeah, that's that one I think it's a striking art style. They're doing cool stuff with the perspective switching and jumping in and out of the 2D to 3D. And hey, it reminds me a little bit of Alan Wake to say someone's like stuck in an unfinished piece of art. And I think that gets me extra intrigued right off the bat. So
and he's jumping in like the pools of ink and traveling all these.
When it zooms out there too, you can see like the giant like desk on like the table in the study, and you can see like all these things like hooked together as like a really really big like level or world.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, that's very interesting. Yeah, I'm very intrigued. I mean, like I said, it is a game that seems like sometimes you'll have games at these game shows that surprise you, that kind of come out of nowhere. It's like, oh, original, especially if it's an original IP, which is always good to see.
And that's the nice thing about indie games being such a big part of the industry now, is that like Sony or Microsoft or Nintendo, they want indie games. They want to show them at their shows because they know people are going to gravitate towards them. So every once in a while you get one of these, indie projects with a great style, and they, you promote them into one of these shows and get a way bigger eye on them than they would have had otherwise.
Yeah. So I cannot wait for that one. Deus Ex Remastered. So this is a quick little 30-second just announcement trailer.
Yeah. It's not. There's not a whole lot to this, but this is significant as just like kind of one of the biggest video games ever made. It was huge when it came out. It's like it's in terms of like its impact on like video games as a medium. I would compare this to like what 2001: A Space Odyssey was for like science fiction movies.
Okay, let's take a look. Quick trailer. I never played it back in the day. There, did you?
So I've never gotten to fully play it for myself. I've seen other people play it. I've seen a lot of like the story. I know what happens in it. I know what it's all about. But I have not physically sat down to play it for myself. So I'm really excited to be able to do that with this remaster. And I've experienced the narrative, but I think it's one of those that is enriched by multiple playthroughs. So even though I've kind of know what's going to happen, there's still a freshness going into it. It was a very special game, and it deserves this sort of upgrade and attention.
UMAX might have copper wiring to reroute your fear of pain, but I've got nerves of steel.
We've had to endure much, you and I, but soon.
He got the X-Men theme, huh? Okay.
There will be order again.
They both stole it from that Dutch cop show.
Oh, yeah.
And we will be crowned its kings.
Got Walter White in the game, too. Okay. Got him there.
Oh, yeah.
Better than kings. God.
And it's just a remaster. So, it's not like it's ground up remake. They're not changing the level design. So it's going to be a somewhat simple game still in certain ways. Because this is from the 90s, right? This like 96, I want to say. 96, 97. So it's an early game. But it's really a special one, and I think it'll be nice for more people to have a chance to play it.
Yeah. Okay. So February 6th, there it's coming out.
Not too far.
Yeah, but you can pre-order it now. All right, the big trailer, the big one, the blockbuster trailer that a lot of people are like, "Oh shit, finally something." We thought this game was dead. We didn't know what was happening with it.
I was saying for like a week ahead of time, I was like, they're gonna show Wolverine. I'm like 99% positive they're showing it this week.
And you are correct. So let's take a look at this. Wolverine, this video game has a full gameplay trailer out now. Let's take a look.
Been fighting longer than I can remember.
Don't look like that guy's fighting too much. I mean, Jesus. I mean, come on, man. I don't need to do something, man. And the actor who's playing Wolverine in this game, let me see. I think it's Liam McIntyre.
That is correct. He was the actor that came in to replace when Andy Whitfield passed away in the series Spartacus. He ended up coming in and playing the Spartacus character for the second and third seasons of that series. He also was the Weather Wizard on the CW Flash show not too long ago. Or actually, I guess that was a while ago now. What am I talking about? And then for video games, he was a major character in Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. He was a boss that you fought a couple times in that first game. That was actually very cool. Very charismatic of a villain. So
and he's also been in the Gears franchise. He was in Gears 5 and Gears of War 4. He's JD Phoenix in that game.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So he has a history in video games there. Like you said, he did Spartacus as well. Okay, yeah, I do remember him on The Flash. I actually forgot about that.
And it's another Australian.
Yes.
Wolverine, which is an interesting thing for that to just happen again.
Another Aussie is playing.
I guess they make the best Wolverines.
I mean, we see him with the facial hair. I mean, he gives very Wolverine. Let me show with the facial hair there. So it's very
He
Wolverine.
totally does.
Facial hair that he kind of has there a little bit. I don't know how tall he is though.
Well, and the nice thing is in the game, it doesn't really matter because they've seemed to have made him a bit shorter and stockier, just like as a character model, which with the game you can do very easily, and it doesn't matter in live action. But that, and I also don't think Wolverine being short. I always like him being a little shorter and like kind of weirder looking, just because that's the character. But I mean, in live action, I feel like you can't base your casting choice on that because it's the last detail that should matter. If you have an actor that's great, that's tall, and you have an equally great actor that's all short and stuff, then sure you can make that choice. But like, I don't know.
And he's 6'1", so he's 6'1".
6'1". Okay.
How do you think he's doing the voice? You think he's doing?
I think he's totally nailing it. Yeah, he sounds kind of like the 90s cartoon a little bit more.
Yeah, you see a little bit of his. Yeah. Okay. Much shorter stature there.
And then there's his the Princess Bar, which is in the Madripoor.
Hmm, okay. Sounds like kind of like a gay bar. It would be a gay bar, right? Like or a lesbian bar.
Well, Wolverine owns it. That's his bar, and he's not exactly straight. So
Okay. Yeah.
I'd like to say I'm not a violent man.
the X-Men in general are crawling all over each other. So
And the Reavers here.
Yep.
It seems was he mostly killing the villains we saw in the Logan movie. So we saw those villains there. People want to comparison there, but they've been all throughout the comics as well.
yeah,
So-
they often have worked with Lady Deathstrike, which I'm sure we're gonna get in this game at some point too.
But I'd be lying.
how do you like the costume?
I think it looks great. I think it looks very good. The yellow and black is I think it's a good look. I mean, I like the blue. I like when it's got the blue, but I think for the video game style that they're going for, where it's like it's got a bit of the cartooniness to it, and then also the realism at the same time, I think it works pretty well. But also look at the look at Insomniac's Spider-Man games. There's like 100 costumes in each of those games, and they're all different. This game is going to have so many different costumes that they're going to put in there. I'm positive of that. Even if you don't like that costume, you're going to get your pick of every look he's probably ever had in the comics.
Yeah, I think I'll rock the brown. I think I like the brown one more actually.
The kind of brown and yellow.
Yeah, because when they showed that in the movie when they did Deadpool and Wolverine, I was like, actually, that looks better on camera than the yellow one. I thought
It did look good. I did want to see more of it.
But I'd be lying. Doesn't matter where I go.
And obviously, if you can tell by the action, I mean, this is MA. I mean, he's
Oh, yeah.
going at. I mean, stabbing people in the head, ripping limbs off. I mean, this is the Wolverine that people want.
Oh yeah, I mean, and we had that X-Men Origins Wolverine game on the 360 PS3 that did a pretty good job of the combat and the violence. It's a little simple, but it was like it almost feels like they took that as like the more kind of basic version that was, and have now beefed it up and explored it to its at least hopefully to its best possible iteration.
How far I run.
And remind me who this character is.
That is Omega Red, who is I am a big fan of this villain. I think he's really cool. He can be really scary, very intense. He's sort of like a Soviet Union equivalent to like Weapon X, where he was experimented on as it kind of turned into like a government weapon, but by the Soviets. And he's a cool villain. He's an underrated one, I think. He had roles in like the cartoons in the 90s and stuff, but he pops up in like Ultimate Alliance or X-Men Legends as like a boss fight. But it's a character that I feel like has yet to ever been given like a big grand stage to like showcase, and I think this game will finally be that.
Yeah, I mean, looks really good. Let me see.
He's fantastic. Gotcha.
Really heavily detailed there. Oh, Sage is grabbing
There's
something
a
there.
little one on the shelf right here.
Oh, Funko Pop right there. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
He's got these little tendrils that come out of his wrists too, so there's kind of a hentai aspect to the whole thing.
And you get a good looking shot right here. So you see like the Omega symbol on his forehead.
Yep.
The tentacles coming out there. That's a very good shot.
Yeah, he I think they nailed the design. He looks perfect.
Just not for me.
And that's a cool. I hope that is that small detail of the skin healing on his face, because in the X-Men Origins Wolverine game, you could actually have the character model be completely like destroyed down to a skeleton practically, and then you could watch in real time everything grow back. And that was like one of the coolest things in that game. And I'm hoping that is a hint at the same thing kind of being present in the game engine here.
Yeah.
For me.
Got a lot of yelling and stabbing there.
Yeah, a lot of yelling and stabbing.
You see Mystique right there. So one of the other X-Men universe characters we're gonna get in here. I think they also said Jean Grey is gonna be in here as well.
So we know Jean Grey is in the game from the very, very unfortunate like leaks and stuff that happened a couple years ago. But she's gonna be a playable character as well. So
Okay.
it's there'll be like a move set and everything, and the X-Men game that Insomniac has like on their schedule to make, I feel like is probably meant to be a direct sequel to this. So I wouldn't be surprised if then in that game maybe we get Wolverine, Jean Grey, and then there's like 2 more playable characters or something like that. But here
Okay.
we're at least getting 2 of them here, and I think this is the start of a sort of kind of X-Men game franchise.
And did they say anything about playing Mystique?
Not that I've heard, but possible. It's possible for sure.
Because I ain't no hero.
That's a cool, perfect moment. I know here kick a dude right into some lava right there.
No hero. I'm Wolverine.
Okay. And a lot of people love this shot too. Of the
I saw somebody say they thought that was Galactus.
Oh, I did see that. It's like he's fighting Galactus. But yeah. Awesome. Fall 2026 there. Man, still a little ways off there, but it's coming.
And they to be fair, they didn't delay it at all either. When they first announced it, I believe they said 2026, and there you have it.
Yeah. Is this what you want from a Wolverine game?
It's everything I want from Wolverine. I mean, I think it looks amazing. You got Omega Red in there, you got Mystique in there. I guarantee we're going to see characters like Sabretooth, Lady Deathstrike, Silver Samurai. They've talked about, we see obviously the Canadian Wilderness and Madripoor in the trailer, but even in interviews, they've talked about how we will also be visiting Japan. It really seems like a greatest hits of like place, just like locations and characters and bits and pieces of story arcs of things that Wolverine has done over his comics history. One thing I'm curious to hear more about, and they don't specifically say, but it seems like this is more of a linear action game, right? Going from like level to level, whereas like all the Spider-Man games done by the same studio have been open world. So that's a bit of a different formula. I'm assuming it's level to level. That's what it looks like, at least. But yeah, I mean, I expect we're going to see a lot of costumes in here. The gameplay looks just as brutal as you'd hope it would be. Yeah, I mean, I really have no complaints at all from what I'm saying. I think this looks fantastic.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'm having a great time with it. With the trailer. You sure you don't have any complaints? You sure?
I can think of one that you might ask me about, but I don't share it, at least.
Yeah, so a lot of people talking about Mystique in this trailer. Apparently, I don't know, some people trying to make something out of nothing here with this.
Like they always are.
The way Mystique looks, I think she looks perfectly fine. I mean, it's a quick
She looks like Mystique.
quick shot we get of her. So she's performing action. I don't necessarily like the costume she's in though, this kind of armor thing there.
That's interesting. I wonder if it's because she's undercover and she's like starting a fight there. So that could be maybe not her like full costume, but if it is her like whole costume, I do agree with that. Whereas I think she's a character that doesn't need like body armor necessarily. I think I like the way she looks better when she's got like the white dress with like the skull belt or something like that. I think is a little cooler. But that could also just be for that shot, right, from that scene.
Yeah.
That might not be like her look exactly either.
Yeah, she's impersonating maybe a Reaver.
Yeah, because it looks like she shapeshifts just there from being like one of the enemy right there. That's one of that's definitely a Reaver. So that could just be that she had that suit on as part of that, and that's not like actually her.
Yeah, I like the transformation effect, very reminiscent of what we've seen like in live action and things like that. With her transformation there. But yeah, I don't really see too many issues. I think she looks okay. I think she looks perfectly fine there. But yeah, exciting trailer there, I think.
Really exciting.
So yeah, that was much of the stuff from State of Play there. Got one more game show, and then we head on this review. Big things from the Tokyo Game Show here. Just going down the list of maybe some things you wanted to kind of discuss here. Um, you got Blood Refreshed Supply. Um, there's that. Seems like a Doom type game, like early Doom type game there.
Yeah, kind of a retro kind of boomer shooter style. I'll be
Okay.
honest, I looked through a lot of the stuff and I didn't really see a whole lot that like piqued my interest, but maybe you might remind me of something as we go.
Okay. So yeah, it's like a Doom, Duke Nukem, old school type thing there. The main character here looks like I don't know. He looks like the character from Hellsing. I don't know. Looks like a little bit. Yeah.
Interesting.
But yeah. So you got that. And if people see what I mean, hold on, let me show what I'm looking at here. So yeah, so I kind of get that.
Yeah, he does. He definitely. I'm sure that was an inspiration.
Let's see what else we got here. We got Minos reveal trailer here. It's Minotaur. It's like a let's see what this is. Hmm. Okay.
Basically, you're playing as like the Minotaur in the Greek myth, trying to kill soldiers that are like trying trapped and trying to escape the labyrinth.
Okay. Yeah, that's what you kind of get here. So you have that. Enter the Moonum. Moonum. You have that there. Seems like cutesy type game here, art style there. It's How did you feel about this one?
It wasn't like I didn't think it looked bad, but I mean, I don't know. It just didn't necessarily capture my attention.
Yeah. Uh, Cute dog.
Yeah,
I guess it's supposed to be a dog, or is it cow? Moonum.
look, it looks like a dog, but or maybe it's a bear.
I don't exactly know.
Uh,
Winter's yeah, Moonum Troll Winter's Warmth. Is what it's called there.
It
Okay.
looks like a cute indie game, but not really my speed.
Always. There you got this one. 17-bit studio and cult games direct us to the taste of always. Hmm. Here. Okay, you got that one. Billy Bust Up. That one. Okay, there. Then you got Yakuza.
Which is a huge franchise. I'm sure that was very, very exciting for a lot of people. I've never, well, I tried one and I got a little ways into it, but I've never completed a Yakuza game or gotten like super far into one.
Never played one myself. Never played one. Um, let's see here. Then there's one here with this raccoon. Ten Uki. Pond Summer. There's that one. Another like cute little kind of indie type game here a little bit.
I think there were a lot of those at this show, which is one of the reasons why I didn't have like a ton of takeaways. Which not that there's anything wrong with those types of games, they're just not. I'm not the one to fawn over the cute, you know.
Gravebound. You have this one. Third person shooter game here. Monster Guts. You got that one.
Monster Cuts. That's a funny name.
Oh, exactly. It says here, um, following the footsteps of cleanup detail, kaiju cleanup has us picking apart the remains of Godzilla style monsters.
It's
Uh,
so it's basically like the crime scene cleanup simulator, but just applied to
yeah,
like a kaiju battle.
yeah. Viscera cleanup detail, kaiju. Yeah,
There's a
okay.
few of those types out there.
Yeah, it's like the Power Washer. It's kind of similar to something like that.
Yeah, so it's not too different from that.
Okay. So yeah, just doing that. Okay. So if you're into that type of thing, maybe.
There's an audience out there that's gonna like this a lot, for sure.
Let's see. Suri, Suda, and Suda 51. You got that. Okay. Red Planet, Red Army. So you got Mars Tactics there. This one. strategy game. Okay. Claw Punk. It's about cats. You like cats.
I like cats, certainly. I got 2 of them sitting right next to me. But yeah, video games about cats are not necessarily.
Looks just kind of fun. Okay.
It's like a big 2D action game.
Okay. Did you like
Could
Stray?
be cool.
Stray was about a cat. Did you like that?
I did not play Stray. I don't know. It didn't seem like it had quite enough going on to me. But I know a lot of people loved it. It was a big, high selling game.
Killing Floor 3. There's that one. Seems like kind of like a Doom-esque type game here.
Yeah, I think it's a little more focused on like multiplayer. I want to say, but it's
Like-
definitely got that sort of.
Left 4 Dead, something like that.
Yeah, I think, and maybe I'm not 100% sure. Maybe even some roguelike elements as well.
Okay. Got that one. Let's see. Farm Botnik gameplay there. Okay, you're doing a lot of farming, a lot of that type of stuff there, a little bit there. Oh, did you it seems like your type of game, Dinch Attack?
Oh yeah. Well, we talked about that at the God, what show even was it now?
Oh, this was the train game. Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's got the Jet Set Radio kind of inspired style. I think
Yeah.
that looks fantastic. I'm very excited for that.
Yeah, still no release date. Just says wish list there.
I think the last when they showed it off the first time before it said early 2026. I think so. It seems like one of those small games that can drop anytime.
Yeah. So it's still 2026. I looked at Steam. They still got it set for 2026. Just no exact date. Sly the Doomspire. So there's that. The Relic, the First Guardian. There's that. This seems a little bit like your type of thing. It seems like you would maybe like it. I don't know. If you remember this game.
Ooh, I actually don't know if I saw this.
Let's take a look then. See, pique Say's interest. Let's take a look.
Brutals don't just cause pain to those who fall in battle.
Frutals?
Leave left behind.
Is that what she said?
They're the reason we fight to survive. The children you meet at the camp, the merchants on the road. Everyone you'll meet carries a story of their own. Some have lost everything to the brutals. Others live each day in tears for their families, consumed by the void. Listen to their stories. Help them find what they need. Because you were the first guardian. Where the light lingers. Under Title's blessing.
Early 2026.
I'll be
Interesting. It definitely seems like it's trying to do a little bit of like a Souls game sort of aesthetic, right? Like the dark fantasy. Looks like it could be fun. I want to see more. I don't know if any of the designs jumped out at me as being super unique, but I'd definitely be interested in seeing more footage of it for sure.
Yeah, short trailer, only a minute, so just a little gameplay footage there. That's about it, but looks promising. Then you have a Dying Escape. Deeping Escape there.
I'm not sure, honestly.
Which one do you think it is? Do you remember this game
Deep
at the
Escape? I don't know. This doesn't sound familiar to me.
Let me show you here. Diping there, right here. This game.
Yeah, that might be what it. I'm not 100% sure how that's pronounced. Yeah, it could be.
Yeah, so got that.
Huh.
Let's see here. Puzzle game. Motion Wreck has a cool mechanic. Mind Diver forges the mind of a place for a whole mine ocean. And then there's Diping Escape, whose trailer I've embedded above. I'm genuinely creeped out more on that here. Okay, so he links to more explaining what the game is there. You got The End Is Nigh. You have that one. This seems more like a Saints Row type thing, Saints Row type game. I don't know if you remember this one.
I think I saw it, but is it the? There's a game I've been seeing a lot of footage around too that looks like it's basically just outright stealing stuff from a bunch. Okay, yeah, that's not this one, but there's another game that looks like it's just like stealing whole cloth, like gameplay mechanics out of a bunch of other games.
I think I know what you're talking about.
And
Yeah.
I think that's at the Tokyo Game Show. I think that's where a lot of that footage is coming from.
There's Threads of Time there. Love the art style with this one. Very much like old school kind of, seems like Final Fantasy.
Okay.
There with that. Let me show you what I mean.
Yes, I did see this one. Yeah, this one looks like it could be interesting. It's got that does have a cool art style.
Yeah. So there's that. Dawn of War 4. You got Pyramid Power.
I am excited about Dawn of War 4, I will say. That's the new that's the next Warhammer game. Dawn of War is kind of the first one of those, was kind of the first big Warhammer video game in general that like brought it to the gaming medium. So them going back and doing another one feels like kind of a big deal for that franchise.
This other game here, you have Soul Mass Shifting Sands. Okay. Then you have Reach, this story trailer here. Okay. Outward 2. Good Kitty. You got that
Another one of those.
Yeah, it says House Flipper Pets 2. So it's an expansion of a already game that's out already.
That sounds right.
Let's see what else we get. Poetry in Motion. Let's see. Oku story trailer here. Okay. What else we got? Morbid Metal. Okay. This is pretty it's got some good amount of action in it here.
And prove your worth to me.
I feel like I remember seeing this before.
I think we maybe did talk about this once before. Yeah, it looks very familiar.
Kind of looks like something out of Vengeance, Metal Gear Vengeance.
Yeah, it does have a little bit of that to it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think I remember seeing this at another show before. Let's see. Huntsman. This seems very horror. How'd you like this? This seems very horror-esque here.
Huntsman. God, I'm trying to remember now. I think I remember thinking this looked interesting.
Let's take a look here. Got spiders in it. It's got some spiders. In case people have arachnophobia. I know some people have that.
And trust me, I do not like spiders. I feel like I have to clarify that, but
I think yeah, yeah, okay. Okay.
could be interesting as like one of those horror games that you see people streaming, and I feel like it'll probably be like one of those kind of flavor of the week type indie games though, where it doesn't stick around a long time.
Absolum. Absolum.
Yeah, part of the problem with some of these, and I think this is true of every game show, but there are a lot of these indie games, and I love a lot of indie games, but there's a lot of them that have very generic titles.
I don't know how you say this. Absolum?
I think that's right. I think Absolum.
Let's look. I looked at animation here. I like the
Yeah, animation is great.
and they do some music. Sorry, I didn't mean to blow people's ears out there. Uh, good music. Okay, got some. They're highlighting the music in this. Hmm. Okay.
It doesn't give you the best sense of what the game is like to play, but hey, it's great music. It is.
Yeah. Well, who cares if you got that back in you, man? Who cares? Yeah.
So it looks like maybe more of like a side scroller beat 'em up sort of thing.
Okay. Well, okay. Looks good. It's just I guess just showing it off, I guess, mainly. Um October 9th.
Oh, there
Okay.
you go.
So it's coming out pretty soon. Um do task time reveal. Okay. All right. Definitely not into that. Broken lore. Don't lie. Hmm. Another horror type thing here. Have you seen this?
I'm not sure if I saw that one.
Let's take a look.
リカバリーセンターの時から同世代なら普通にあるし、シンジの方がいいけど。シンジ！
純子、
ビデオの方が無難かな。
Ugh.
That's pretty gross.
あの変なかゆみ。薬
Oh, she's taking that Tylenol, man. It's bad for her.
飲むべきじゃないよね。
Oh, seems like they're bringing in real life actors here, and then mixing it in with the gameplay. Seems like
There's an interesting style here. I like the different kind of shift in like style and perspective I'm seeing.
の人じゃないよね。誰？
All right, well, I don't know if that's gonna be scary.
That's not scary. I mean, that's pretty scary, man. Chick with coming at you like that.
I don't know. It made me laugh more than anything. But
Kind of looks like that the Jedi from Star Wars with that was in the
it
council.
does. Yes, it does. I couldn't tell you what his name was, but it totally does.
誰？
I think the bouncing from side to side is what really does it.
Okay, broken lore. Don't lie.
Intriguing for sure. Definitely intriguing.
Scheduled to release sometime next year. Okay, so don't know really much about it as of yet, but it's like a horror experience there for there. But that looks intriguing. Okay.
Yeah, I'm curious. I'm curious to see more.
So yeah, that was all the trailers from all the game shows there. Got caught up on that. So very nice.